Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. While you have a moment, please click the subscribe button down below. And if you like this video at the end, click the like button. All right, today I'm going to be talking about how to become a surrogate mother. So there are some important steps in becoming a surrogate mother that you should know about because not everything is always legit. First of all, research. You want to start with researching. You want to look up surrogacy agencies online. You're going to want to join Facebook groups that review surrogacy agencies. So other intended parents or surrogate mothers will be in these groups and they'll say, I had a good experience with this agency, or I had a terrible experience with this agency. Another thing you're going to want to do is look at their reviews online. Some will have reviews online, some won't, but that can be helpful. Also, super duper important, listen to your body. Listen to your gut. If your gut is saying there's something fishy about this agency, then there probably is something fishy about the agency. I had a bad encounter before I found the agency that I'm currently using, and there was something weird about it. Like, they had me signing paperwork like right away before I did any kind of screenings. It just felt kind of pushy. I backed out of it. Over time, I started doing research and I joined the Facebook groups, and they were like, yep, this is a scam. Like, this is not a good agency. You don't want to work with them. That's really, 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 really important, is to do your research, to listen to your gut, and to find an agency that you think will benefit you and benefit your family. And the next step is to apply. So you can be accepted or denied after you apply. And usually the reason you're denied has to do with some kind of answer that you've left on there that doesn't work for their agency, and every agency is different. So you could be denied if you say that you get anxiety sometimes. They'll say, well, you need to have perfect mental health, so you can't be a surrogate. Or you could say that you have an STD. And some surrogacy agencies are like, oh, it's not a big deal. A lot of people have STDs and have children. And some will say, no, like, you need to have perfect medical health. So every agency is different. If you get denied from one, it does not mean you're gonna get denied from all of them. I was denied from one, and I believe, I can't remember, I think it had to do with anxiety. I said that I did get anxiety. So the agency I use now, they did 2 mental health screenings, and we talked about my anxiety. We talked about that I go to therapy and that my anxiety is more situational. So certain situations make me anxious. It's not generalized anxiety. And they had me get a letter from my therapist saying that I would be a good surrogate mother. She basically had to approve me, and she did. After I passed 2 mental health screenings, then I was matched with intended parents. The matching is based off of a questionnaire that you do. So you answer questions about yourself. The questions are answered through video. So I will put the video in here, and then you will see what I said in mine and what attracted the intended parents to me. Hello, I'm Janaisa Staples. I'm 25 years old, and I have 1 son that is going to be 4 at the end of the summer. I waitress, that's my job, and the things I like to do for fun are write go on adventures, exercise. I like to disc golf. I like to spend time with my friends and family. I especially love to spend time with my son, go to the beach or the park. I think my biggest accomplishment would be being a mom, maybe. I think there's a lot of accomplishments, like I've gotten my associates, I'm working towards my bachelor's, stuff like that. But I think those are good accomplishments. I think those are important, but I think the feeling of those accomplishments don't last forever, where I think being a mom and a good friend and an honest person are the best accomplishments you can have in life, from my perspective. And my role models are just my friends and family. They are all loving and caring and always supporting me, and I cherish that. And if I could have a superpower, it would definitely be to read people's minds, because I can't stand not knowing what people are thinking. So I'm definitely not afraid to ask what people are thinking, and yeah. I can't wait to meet you. And then you do a FaceTime with the parents and with someone from the agency, which is most likely going to be your coordinator. You talk with them, ask questions, get to know each other. Once you get off the phone, you talk with the coordinator and you say, you know, I like these parents, like I want to match with them, or you know, there's some things I'm not really sure, some things that didn't match up with me. I would like to talk with more parents. And then they can do the same thing with you. They could say, you know, I really liked this surrogate mother, or, you know, her lifestyle doesn't really work for us, you know, or whatever it is that they do or don't like about you. After you are matched with intended parents, that is when you get your physical medical exam. For me, my agency is in California. I live in Maine, so they had to send me to California for one day, have my medical screening, and then send me back. So they check your blood, they make sure your vitamin D levels are good, your iron levels, just basically all your vitamins. They make sure your blood platelet levels are okay, which actually mine were not okay. And it actually wasn't because of me, it was because sometimes when they do a blood drawing, if they use the wrong needle or if they do it a certain way, it can make the blood clot and then make your numbers a lot lower. So I had to get another blood drawing in Maine and then have my PCP, my primary care physician, write a letter approving me to be a surrogate mother. So I had a letter from a therapist, a letter from my doctor, which was sent to the agency to get approved, and I also had 2 mental health screenings and a physical medical screening. So there were a lot of screenings and a lot of matching with the parents. Thankfully, my matching with the parents, the first parents I talked to were the ones I matched with. I really liked them, they liked me, and now I'm carrying their babies. Next thing that happened was I was accepted, I passed all screenings, got matched with parents, and then we started doing legal documents. We had a contract, we both had to read it over, we had to talk to our attorneys about it, and if there were things in it we wanted to change, we could change it, or we would have to get like an agreement. So one thing that could potentially come up is in the contract it could say you're going to use an OBGYN, and you might say, well, I want to use a midwife. Then you would talk to your attorney, and then the attorney would talk to the parents, and then the parents would say, okay, we're okay with that. Or maybe the parents don't really get a huge say, like they do get a say, but it's about the insurance company. Maybe the insurance company's like, no, we only cover OBGYNs, we don't cover midwives. So you figure that out, and then you add in the contract what will work or what won't work. And then once the contract is perfect for the surrogate mother and the intended parents, they each sign it. A notary has to sign the paperwork. And this process, the legal process, can take weeks. It can take, I think, up to almost 2 months. And once that is finished, then we have to schedule the IVF transfer. So the transfer is when the fertilized eggs are put into your uterus, and your body needs to be prepared for that. So you will have to take medications like estrogen, progesterone shots. You do progesterone shots on your butt. If you're curious about that, I have a video on it. It's my first video I ever posted, where my best friend's giving me a shot in the butt. And you have to take folic acid, aspirin, I believe. There's an assortment of things you have to take daily. Prenatals to prepare your body. And you have ultrasound appointments where they check your uterine lining. So my uterine lining needed to be, I think, an 8, and it ended up being a 14, which is awesome. That means it was really, really thick. Once you are on the medication, you are cleared with an ultrasound saying your uterine lining is thick enough, then the next week is when they schedule for you to go wherever it is you need to go. If you live in California and you're using an agency in California, then you can just, drive there or whatever. I had to be flown there because I live across the country. I was flown there with my best friend. They have a friend go with you to drive you there and take care of you after, because after the IVF transfer, you rest for 24 hours. You lay in bed, you eat, you can get up, I believe, once an hour to go pee and just stretch for a few minutes, and then you lay back down. You wait a couple weeks after your transfer, you get a blood drawing, and then it tells you if you're pregnant or not. And then you wait another couple weeks and you have an ultrasound, and it tells you how many babies you're carrying, or if you're still pregnant, it still is like a pregnancy verification. And then you go from there. Once you're pregnant, you're pregnant. And yeah, it takes about a year from the time I started applying to agencies to the time that I got pregnant. It took about 1 year. And you have to expect there will be delays. Like, there was a delay at one point. I was supposed to get my medical screening done in California, and you have to be off your period for that. And I was still bleeding too much to have my medical screening. So then we had to schedule it for, I can't remember if it was like the next week or the next month or something. So there was a delay there. And then with the IVF transfer, there was somewhat of a delay because the dates didn't match up of what I could do and what the intended parents wanted me to do and what the fertility clinic wanted. So there are definitely delays. This process is, you really need to be patient during this process. You need to practice patience and have faith that everything's gonna work out, and be excited, because it's been an awesome journey. It's been great. I have been able to go to a state that I never had been to. I'm able to meet people across the country. I'm able to carry these children for them, which is awesome. It's gonna be the best gift I've ever given in my life. And I am really enjoying being a surrogate mother. That is all I have for you guys today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will answer them on another video. I'll do a Q&A and answer all the questions that you have. I hope you guys have the best day ever.